Hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl barista Neze Nezungwa Nezepeperempe Neze International and this is Nezepeperempe. I just finished shooting a video. Don't mind that I'm all made up and all glam. I've been in the house all through the day. I just finished shooting a video and I am taking a walk to our box to our mailbox to see if we got some mails. Okay, these are what the mailboxes look like, and you're going to find them like this located across the communities. Like there's always one that is very close to you where mails can be sent to you and all of that. So typically you're going to find a lot of junk in this box. You're going to find junk mail from Walmart and Costco and all of these supermarkets trying to market their products to you. But I have been expecting a mail all week. I've been expecting some letters all week, and what I'm expecting is our permanent residency card, our PR card. So let me check the box and find out if it has gotten here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think what I have been expecting is here. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. So guys, I am so super excited. I just got our PR card, like our permanent residency card. Oh my god, I have been waiting for this card. So let me just drop some information to you guys. I'm going to be doing this video on the streets. Like I'm going to be walking and gisting you guys. God, the weather is cold. I hope I can do this. Now let me tell you everything you need to know about permanent residency in Canada versus citizenship, the power of that card, the advantages and the disadvantages of being a PR, and everything you need to know about permanent residency and getting your PR card. All right, if you are not subscribed, don't fail to hit the subscribe button, turn on your bell notification. Let us begin. So a permanent resident is someone who has been given a permanent right to reside in Canada, but you are not a citizen. I'm going to be raising my voice a little because it's a lot windy, so you guys can hear me over the wind. So you are given residential rights to permanently live in Canada, but you are not a citizen. You still remain a citizen of your country, of whatever country that you're coming from. Don't get me wrong, it is not everybody who reside in Canada is a permanent resident. You can also be residing in Canada but as a temporal resident. For example, someone who came here to work, who is on a work permit, or someone who came to school has temporal rights to reside here but are not permanent residents. They are temporal residents and they do not have the many advantages and privileges that come from being a permanent resident. But of course, they can always convert their temporal residency into a permanent residency through several means. There are several ways of converting temporary residents to permanent residents. There are several ways of becoming a permanent resident, but we came in through the Federal Skilled Workers Program. We came in through the Express Entry pathway, where we had to be judged on several criteria such as age, work experience, language proficiency, and other stuff like that. So it is a point-based ranking system where the best of the best are selected from the pool. That is the pathway that we came in as permanent residents. There are several other ways that you can come in. As I mentioned, you can come in through provincial nomination, where a particular province nominates you from the pool and says, yes, we want you. Okay, now the thing to that one is that you have to reside in that province that nominated you for at least 3 years before you can move to other provinces. Now the disadvantage is that if an expensive province nominates you, you are stuck there. Just imagine you don't have money and a province like Toronto or Ontario nominates you. You are stuck in that expensive province for 3 years before you can then move to whatever province you want to go to, or maybe a very, very cold province nominates you. So that can be a bit challenging. But for us, we didn't get provincial nomination. We came in straight up from the Federal Express Entry Pool. Another way you can come in is through business immigration or the Atlantic Immigration Program. 4 provinces, I know 4 provinces run that Atlantic program. I think Nova Scotia is there, Newfoundland is also running that program, New Brunswick also runs that program, and what other province is that again? Yeah, Prince Edward. Before you land Canada as a permanent resident, you are going to first get a document called Confirmation of Permanent Residency, aka COPR or COPR, right? So that document shows that you are a permanent resident, but your card is not ready yet. So that is a document that immigration officers at the airport will ask you to present. But even before you leave your country, you will be required to take a passport photograph with very strict dimensions, okay? The dimensions will be specified in the email directing you to go and take that passport. So if they tell you 15 by 7 by 8 by 2, you have to show the photographer when you get to the studio for them to get that exact dimension. If not, those passport photographs will be rejected. So in your country, you're going to take those passport photographs and attach it to your international passport and then forward it to the immigration, to the embassy or visa office that will stamp your passport with the Canada visa. Okay, so we did ours in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, we went to Studio 24, which is like one of the best studios in Nigeria, and we paid a lot of money. I think one was like 5,000 naira, one ridiculous amount of money to get that passport done because we didn't want any stress. But unfortunately, despite having done it at Studio 24, it was still rejected. So when we got to Canada, we got an email from the IRCC, which is the Immigration and Refugee Commission. And they told us that the passports didn't meet the vibe check. They told us that our passports didn't meet the vibe check and that we had to go and retake it because our PR cards will not be processed with that passport we took from Nigeria. So we had to bundle ourselves up again here in Canada and went to a place called Staples, STA. Hello, young man, can you drive? Thank you. So we went to a place called Staples, STAPLES, and we took these passports, and obviously from these cards that I just flashed to you guys, it was successful. So we had to retake ours when we came here in Canada. I think it was only one of my son's own that worked, Chikamso. Yes, Chikamso. They didn't send any mail for Chikamso to retake. They sent for every other person. Can you imagine? And we took it at the same place. So why was Chikamso's own successful? So they're very, very strict. Even my baby that is like a newborn, when we went to Staples, the photographer had to insist that she closes her mouth. And you know, babies don't close their mouths. Their mouths are always as if they want to suck breast. So we had to put a sweet in her mouth when she started licking the sweet. See drama that day for her to have her mouth closed to take the passport. So it's that strict. So when you take the passport at Staples, you have to mail the passport. I think you're going to write some things at the back of the passport: name, date of birth, UCI number, and all of that, and you have to mail it to their office via Canada Post. So that was what we did. Typically, without any issues like ours, you should be getting your PR card in about 45 days after applying, but we spent more than 2 months before we got ours because of that passport issue. So please note that your PR card is not a one-time card. Just like your driver's license and many other ID cards, this PR card is renewable after every 5 years. Okay, so most times the validity is for 5 years. So having said all that, let me tell you all the many advantages of being a permanent resident of Canada. First and foremost, Canada is said to be the second best country in the world to live in. Those living in Canada, do you believe that? Do you think so? Let me know in the comment section. And which country is even number one? It's no news that Canada is said to be the second best country to live in the world. The first advantage of being a permanent resident in Canada is that you are at liberty to work, reside, and do business anywhere in Canada. Like, you are free. of course subject to the rules and laws governing that particular kind of business. So that's the first one. Secondly, you get the opportunity of bringing your family members. So as permanent residents that we are now, we can choose to invite grandma, Manaville. We can choose to invite my mama, my mother, my brothers, my husband's sisters. They all stand a very high chance of being picked because they have a sibling who is a permanent resident. So if any of our family members peradventure want to come to Canada and they apply, their chances of getting picked or selected because they have us here has heightened by for Alberta is almost like 80%. Yeah, that's how good it is. Another major advantage of being a permanent resident of Canada is that your kids get free education up to grade 12, or is it 18 years? Correct me in the comment section, or both, I guess. So your kids get free education until they get to grade 12 or until they are 18 years of age. Let me hide behind this mountain. This sun is crazy, man, and it's still cold at the same time. My fingers are freezing. Yes, it's sunny. Alberta. With you. Another one is that you are entitled to free medical care, free universal medical care, and it puts you on the path to citizenship. Like a permanent resident is the closest status to a citizen. So the next question you might ask is, how does it work? What is the process from permanent residency to citizenship? Is it automatic? Well, no, it's not. Now, remember that I had said that your permanent residence card has a validity period of 5 years. Within this 5-year period, you are expected to have resided in Canada for a total period of 3 years. That's about 1,095 days? Correct. 1,095 days out of these 5 years. Yes, you should have lived for at least 1,095 days in Canada before you can apply, or before you can be eligible to apply for citizenship. So having stayed for this period of time, you won't just get a mail and say, congratulations, you're now a citizen. No, you still have to apply for citizenship, and it's a process. You're going to be put through a test, nothing too serious though from what I have researched. Okay, so I had to change my camera battery. God, the weather is better now. The video is videoing now. Anyways, guys, so first you're going to be put through a test. Nothing too serious, nothing too major. Just they're going to ask you maybe about your rights and duties and obligations as a citizen of Canada. You should have filed your taxes. So yes, you shouldn't be tax evasive. You shouldn't have evaded tax. Then I don't know if they're going to check your criminal records. IRCC, I don't think they specified that, but I think it's just common sense to believe that your criminal records might come into play. I like to think of the PR as a probationary period where you will be observed to see if you are indeed a liability to the society. So I don't think someone who came here as a PR and started committing crimes and offenses and maybe have gone to jail, major offenses, I don't mean like maybe traffic offenses, I mean like major offenses, will now be given citizenship. I think it just makes common sense. You came to someone's country, you robbed or you killed somebody, and you expect them to give you citizenship. I don't think it's going to work that way. I think commonsensically, criminal records will be checked. Your criminal records within the period that you were a permanent resident will be also checked before they can confer on you the honor of citizenship. So before we bring this video to an end, it's important that I mention or I highlight the major differences between a citizen of Canada and a permanent resident of Canada. They're very similar, they share so many benefits and so many entitlements, but there are some major differences. I think the first one will be the right to vote and be voted for. As a permanent resident, you cannot come here and start contesting to become the prime minister. So I don't think you have a right to vote and be voted for as a permanent resident, but certainly a citizen has that right. Then another one has to be the right to occupy sensitive public positions. For example, again, you cannot come and be the head of the CIA. What is the CIA or the FBI called in Canada? But you know, such sensitive positions, you cannot come here. Yes, you are free to apply for jobs and get a job wherever you want, but you are not coming to apply to be to hold some very sensitive positions in some sensitive offices, sensitive designations. But as a citizen, you are at 100% liberty, if you qualify, of course, to hold any position in the country, up to the highest ranking position in the country. Then, of course, as a permanent resident, your application for citizenship can be declined. So it is not cast on stone, it is not automatic. But as a citizen, you are a citizen. Nobody is declining your citizenship again. Okay, I don't know whether they can, what do they call this? Recall citizenship for those that are not natural Canadians, those that got their citizenship through PR. I don't know if it can be recalled if maybe you commit something very grievous like maybe terrorism, but it is for sure that when you're a permanent resident and you want to apply for citizenship, the government has an option to decline your application if you do not meet up to their standards. Then yeah, before I forget, as a permanent resident, you do not have a Canadian passport, okay? You still have your Nigerian passport or whatever passport you came with, and the PR card. But as a Canadian, as someone who has been conferred citizenship, Canadian citizenship, you get your, is it blue or black? What is that color of people's international passports? You get that Canada passport. And with that Canada passport, you can get access to travel over 150 countries visa free. So Lufthansa will not have anything on you. So what Lufthansa did to me will not happen to you. You have access to travel to over 150 countries without visa. But as a permanent resident, you have access to travel up to 40 countries visa free. Countries around the Caribbean countries, and some countries in the UK, countries like Armenia, Jamaica. We have Mexico on the list, Peru, Singapore, Hong Kong, Qatar. There's so many countries that you can also travel to visa free, but with limited days. You see, like 90 days, 30 days, 60 days. Yeah, so it's for limited periods, but at least you can go to these countries and vacation as a permanent resident without, you know, having to apply for visa. So that's a good start. That's something to be happy about, right? So guys, yes, I think that is that for permanent residents stroke Canadian citizens. I think I have touched on a majority of it. You guys know that I love to make my videos very informative. This video was supposed to just be about picking my card, but I decided to also fill the video with all the many knowledge and information that I have gathered in the past about how these things are. So yes, congratulations to us. Thank God for that. The COPR has been serving a good purpose, but there are some places we would go to or some things we want to apply for that would ask for the card gone. So thank God that we have gotten the card now and it's official. We are permanent residents of Canada, and by the grace of God, God willing, all things being equal, in the next 3 years thereabouts, we should be looking at citizenship. Happy about that. Not even for myself per se, but for my children. For the children, yes. So guys, thank you so much for watching. It's time to bring this video to an end. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and if you're not following my Gist channel, I have another channel where we talk about other things. I'm going to leave the link to that channel in the description box. Oh, there we go again. So guys, let me just turn. So guys, please subscribe here, subscribe there as well. Give this video a big thumbs up if you learned something. Drop all your comments in the comment section. If you have questions, you can drop. Even if I don't have the answers, you might find people that have the answers that will respond. What haven't I said again? Okay, turn on your bell notifications and stay glued, because we have so much more coming your way. It's me, your girl Barrister Neza Peperempe, and this is Neza Peperempe. I'll see you guys in my next video. For now, bye.